Hi everyone. In today's video, I'll be discussing the potential profits from a budget farm with 500 chickens. Make sure to stick around until the end, as we'll cover many important factors. First, let's talk about costs. All figures will be in US dollars, so feel free to convert them to your local currency. I'll be sharing insights based on the market in Zimbabwe. While the chicken market here isn't the largest, it is competitive, especially since feed prices are generally lower compared to other countries. To start, you'll need a chicken house for your 500 broilers, which should measure about 10 meters by 4 meters, 40 square meters. This size allows for a density of around 12 to 13 birds per square meter, which is sufficient for commercial broilers. For construction materials, I recommend using poles and iron sheets for the walls with a mesh roof. This setup is cost-effective and easy to maintain, especially for broilers that require frequent cleaning. The estimated cost for building a chicken house of this size is around $220, but using wooden materials could lower that cost. Next, let's discuss equipment. For the chicks, you'll need about 7 small drinkers, costing approximately $7. For feeding, small wooden troughs for chicks will set you back about $6, while larger wooden troughs for adults will cost around $15. Keep in mind that wooden feeders and drinkers can lead to some feed wastage, so it's important to monitor and refill them regularly to minimize losses. Next, let's talk about the adult drinkers. Unlike store-bought options, these can be easily improvised at home. The materials for this will only set you back about $10. Moving on to litter for the chicken house, you have several options like wood shavings, coffee husks, or rice husks, depending on availability and cost. In my case, wood shavings are the cheapest. You'll need around 5 bags, which will cost approximately $10. Now let's discuss the chickens themselves. This is not an area where you can cut corners. It's crucial to source high-quality chickens from a reputable breeder to ensure they grow well and stay healthy. For 500 broilers, expect to spend around $450. Next, you'll need charcoal to heat the chicken house. 2 bags should suffice for about 2 weeks, costing roughly $16, depending on the charcoal quality. Stress pack is also essential. You'll need to provide stress pack to reduce stress when you first introduce the chickens and again after vaccinations. About 500 grams of stress pack will cost around $25. Lastly, vaccines are critical, and you should never compromise on their quality. Poor vaccines can lead to serious health issues for your chickens, resulting in significant losses. You'll typically need 2 doses of Newcastle disease vaccine, NCD, as the first dose is often administered at the hatchery. You'll need 2 doses of Newcastle disease vaccine. It's important to note that the vaccine figures I provided are based on 1,000 doses, as that's the only option available to me. You'll mix the vaccine with enough water to treat 500 birds, ensuring they receive the proper dosage. This will cost about $50. Next, let's discuss feed. There are generally 2 types of feed for the chickens: starter feed for the first 2 weeks and grower feed from day 15 until you sell them. For the starter feed, each bird will consume around 542 grams, totaling approximately 291 kilograms for 500 birds. This brings the starter feed cost to around $150. For the grower feed, you need 10 by 50 kilogram bags, and the cost will be approximately $240. And for finisher, you need 20 by 50 kilogram bags, which will cost you $368. We're also assuming you keep the birds until day 35, which typically results in a live weight of about 2.1 kilograms. You'll need to account for labor costs. For this budget, we'll assume you're working yourself or enlisting help from family. In total, raising these 500 broilers will cost around $1.51. If you sell them live at about $5 each, you could make $2,500, resulting in a profit of around $1,000. However, this assumes healthy birds and proper feeding without illness affecting growth. For subsequent batches, you won't incur costs for building a chicken house or buying new equipment, reducing your expenses significantly. The profit for your second batch could be about $1,300. This model shows that starting a broiler farm on a budget is feasible. With good management and planning, you can reinvest and grow your operation, potentially allowing for regular sales every couple of weeks. Let me know in the comments if you would consider starting a budget broiler farm. It's a great opportunity, and I'm here to share more insights. Until next time, take care.